You and I make a great couple. Oh, I mean like a team, not like... Forget it.
Standing guard out there. Don't forget the rock trap we rigged up. So, stop your worrying and get some rest. Your shift is coming up and I don't want you dozing off again like last time.
Thought I heard something.
That?
Picked a bad time to get lost.
What's on your mind? Of course. I'm very tired. I think we should stop and get some rest. I don't mind where. I don't even mind sharing with you. Let's not hang around then. Have you ever tried living in a cave? I have. It's not the most comfortable way of living, but you won't find anywhere more private. Well, except the house, of course. And unlike tents, you can give it a few homely touches.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Yes?
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions.
By the 9! I can't believe it's you. I was just asking around if anyone knew where I might find you. My master and I recently arrived here in Skyrim from Citadel. It's been a long journey, but he sent me to see if I could find you. I thought I'd check the tavern and inn here in Whiterun first, and then set out for the other towns tomorrow. But fortunately, the gods favour me today, as you seem to have found me instead. He's heard of your escape from that awful dragon attack and urgently needs to speak with you. I know nothing more than
I'll
that.
be happy to assist you.
It's at the inn in Falkreath. Would you please meet him at your earliest convenience? He only wishes to talk to you. Here, he gave me this note to give you, and a small token of his appreciation. Now then, I bid you good day, as I have another errand to run. No rest for the weary, as they say. Good day.
I'm sure we can meet your hunting needs. Hello, friend. An archer, huh? I've got just what you need. Thank you very much for your business.
Yes?
Need something?
bigger as you stand more chance than beating me. Guess it's all clear. Ever thought that Yes? Until next time.
Yeah? Take a look. Good day.
Are you finished ogling the grotesque? I suppose I should be grateful you didn't simply attack me. I am one of the afflicted. I'd have been dead from this plague a year ago if not for Peryite's protection. Returning to High Rock, our shepherd lost his way, and I fear Peryite's wrath may consume those who remain with him. Kesh could tell you more. I just want out of Skyrim as quickly as possible.
see a dog out there? I don't know, really. The blacksmith is offering a reward for a dog he saw on the road. I was hoping you'd seen it. I guess I'll stay on the lookout. Keep your nose clean while you're here, outsider.
Stendar preserved us and blah blah blah. A bunch of gold to spend in a brothel or to join a cult or to do various other things Stendar wouldn't approve of. If I ever have to kill a Jamora again, I'll know who to talk to.
Let me know if you see anything you like. Well met. Unlike my brother, I've no dislike of strangers. Met lots of them while I was a Stormcloak. I was once, but not anymore. I was wounded in a skirmish up near Windhelm. This was years ago, mind you. Now maybe I don't pick up a blade in Ulfric's name no more, but I still hold with his ideals. Skyrim is Nordland, and we ought to rule it. We don't need no help from the Empire on that count. His name's Bolin. He's the one who works the lumber mill down by the river. If you meet him, don't expect much in the way of conversation. He ain't one for talking, especially with folk he don't know. Steal anything from my shop and you'll regret it.
Welcome to Dead Man's Drink. People say there's someone in Riften that can change your face, make you look completely different. Do you believe that?
The people of Skyrim don't like magic much, so about the only place you're likely to find a teacher is the College of Winterhold.
You hear any juicy gossip in town? Be sure to share it with me.
Unless you intend to bury someone, this isn't the place you're looking for, traveler.
Hey, watch it!
I don't have to take that from you.
Hope you're willing to back those words up with your fists.
I escaped fighting in Cyrodiil, only to have it track me down again in Skyrim.
Yeah, that's it? That's all you've got?
Yes?
Watch what you're going to have the men around here wrapped around your finger in no time.
Well, I wouldn't complain if we could string together a few sunny days now and then. I'll be right here if you need anything else.
Can I help you, friend? Oh, bless the divines, you came! Well met, and welcome. We have much to discuss. Will you tell me, what happened at Helgen? Well, no, now that you mention it. Then it's as I feared. My brother and his family are lost. Gods damn it all. I'd hoped for better news. Yes, I've heard the fort is full of them. But appearances can also be deceiving. If I'm right, these are no bandits at all. I have it on good authority there is a man known only as Val inside the keep. He's the leader of a small group of mercenaries, for lack of a better term. Their aim is to kill Thalmor wherever they're found. That they've come out of hiding is beyond mysterious. They're insurrectionists. A resistance movement, if you will. His name is Valerius Tiberius Artoria. We served for many years together in the Imperial Legion, as captains under Titus Mede II during the Great War. He was a good man in those days, an honorable man. Then the Aldmeri invaded, and murdered his wife, son, and daughter in cold blood. They marched them down the streets of the Imperial City and tortured them until they were dead, right in front of the Imperial Palace itself. They said, "Let it be known that any family members of Imperial officers found anywhere else in the province would receive a similar fate." There were many such atrocities committed by those wretched maggots within those walls, and even more unspeakable tragedies in the rest of Cyrodiil. We were under orders to flee the city for Skyrim when they invaded. We left our people, our families, defenseless. Most did not survive. The few that did make it out of there were scattered as refugees throughout the rest of the province. The plan was to regroup here in Skyrim, rest and resupply our forces, and return to the Imperial City to retake it. That took almost a year. Surely you know the history. If not, this book will help you understand a little of what we went through. When we finally returned to the city, there wasn't much left. We split our forces, and I led the charge from the southern waterfront district, while Valerius attacked from the west. "March right down to the main gate and knock on the door," he said. The man had guts, that's for sure. After we retook the city, he started to change. He knew his family was gone, but when he learned that they were tortured in the streets, he went mad and vowed to avenge their deaths. He started conducting covert operations that were unknown even to me, his closest friend. He took a handful of his most loyal men and began assassinating Aldmeri officers and diplomats, wherever he could find them. Of course, all of this was without knowledge or consent from our commanders. When they were caught, well, let's just say justice was swift. But the Aldmeri feared making a martyr out of him, as they knew the people were aware of his family's torture and murder. No, but under pressure from the Thalmor, Titus locked him and his men away in the Imperial prison for the rest of their lives. Soon after, I decided my service had come to its end, and retired from the Legion. But you don't get to be a captain and not accumulate a few favors. Well, yes and no. I wasn't actually involved in the operation, but a young lieutenant who served under me was stationed there after I retired. And he found an ancient passage out of the prison that had long been forgotten about. We always heard the stories about it from ages ago, but none of us believed they were true, and dismissed them as fairy tales. But they were true, and Lieutenant Buckingsley found the passage. So, on a dark and stormy night, Buckingsley quietly slipped a key into Valerius' cell, and created a diversion, which bought Val enough time to escape. They went straight away to Hammerfell, to join the Redguard rebellion against the Aldmeri Dominion. It was rumored a secret brotherhood who called itself the Keepers of Hatu was formed, after the signing of the Second Treaty of Stros Makai. Most people passed these rumors off as baseless gossip, but the name Hatu always had intrigued me. Hatu was the mountain where the Redguard hero Frandar Hunding and his sword singers made their final stand against the armies of Hera. It was a bloody battle in their history, but their victory led them to a new land they named Hammerfell, which began the modern-day Redguard society. Here, I brought a few of my old books along, just to refresh my memory. Perhaps you'd like to study them, if you're interested in history. You may read them at your leisure. Where were we? Oh, yes, the name is a metaphor, meant to imply a final stand, much the same as the one Frandar made at Hatu Mountain. It was also widely known that this brotherhood was made of all races, all united in a singular cause under the banner of the hammer and anvil. Yes, I see you've been listening. Not only defeat them, though, that would not be enough, but to cleanse Tamriel of the Thalmor, and their racist Aldmeri dominion forever. Yes, interesting, isn't it? I've heard the name Valerius Artoria associated with them on more than one occasion. First, who better to lead such an organization than someone as skilled in warfare as he? Second, who better to intimidate your enemy than a legend well known as an assassin of their kind, even if he were dead? And if he is still alive, and his men still serve with him, it seems logical that they would return to Skyrim along with the Thalmor. I need you to go try and talk to Valerius. Reason with him. Tell him Marcus Janus requests a meeting with him. Tell him I'll come to the fort alone. Present company excluded, of course. Give this ring to him. It was his wife's wedding band. If any of his men try to accost you, show it to them and tell them it is a gesture of goodwill from me. They'll give you quarter if they know I sent you. Approach the guards and show them the ring. Tell them Marcus Janus sent you to see Valerius Tiberius Artoria on urgent business. Show them this note with my seal, but tell them it's for Valerius. His eyes only. Please, return to me as soon as you can. I'll prepare to leave and be ready to go when you return. Make haste, young one, and may fortune favor the foolish.
Tekla, it's good to see you, girl. How's Dendir treating you?
As he should, I suppose.
Well, don't take what you don't have to.
Try not to judge Falkreath too harshly, visitor. The war has been hard on us.
Strangers like you bring war. I've seen enough war.
Falkreath was once full of wanderers and warriors like yourself. Those were better days.
By the gods, it's true, isn't it? A dragon has attacked Whiterun. How could mere men bring down such a beast?
I protect the Jarl, whoever that might be.
Good to see you. Ah, it's you. Yes, well, now we'll see if the stories about you are true. There's a group of bandits in my hold that I may have had a few discreet dealings with. The cut they were giving me was good at first, but now it's time to clean things up. Go and take care of it. Good. My uncle Dengir was Jarl until a short time ago. His old age and failing health caught up with him, and he stepped down. He now serves us honorably as Thane, and to the great benefit of the hold, I now serve as Jarl. Difficult? I'm a Jarl. I eat the most succulent meat, drink the finest ale, and hunt with the best hounds in the hold. Meanwhile, my very capable steward sees to the needs of the small folk, and ensures that my hold runs smoothly. Being a Jarl could hardly be simpler. You should try it sometime. Farewell.
The Legion's always looking for strong, capable warriors. If you think you've got what it takes, our headquarters is in Solitude.
Think you've got the metal, eh? Honestly, the Legion can use all the able bodies it can muster. We have our hands full. A dead king, a rebellion, and now dragons. Skyrim's a mess. If you're serious, make your way to Solitude. Our headquarters is Castle Dower. You find General Tullius there, commanding our forces in Skyrim. But talk to Legate Rika. She handles the local recruiting. You mean Ulfric's so-called Stormcloak Rebellion? The Nord Kings, excuse me, Jarls. They can't seem to control their own people, so the Legion has stepped in to keep order. Sadly, the Empire's stretched a little thin these days, and we've gotten very few reinforcements. So we've been forced to recruit locally. But rest assured, citizen, we'll put an end to this uprising, and things will get back to normal soon enough. Not sure I understand the question. The Legion's always been in Skyrim. We have garrisons throughout all the provinces of the Empire. Our mission is to serve the Emperor, uphold the law, and protect the citizenry. Skyrim's days are darkening, and the Legion will soon be called into service like never before. But we stand ready, as always, to meet that call. All right then.
I'm the steward here. I serve under Jarl Siggeir and Jarl Dengeir before him. Many battles have been fought here over the centuries. Graves were dug and monuments built, and the town grew around these. In time, Falkreath came to be known as the Heroes' Graveyard. Many noble Jarls and renowned warriors asked to be buried here. Falkreath's reputation has faded somewhat, but the graves remain, reminding us of the one inevitable truth of life. It was Dengeir who made me a steward, long ago when he was young. When Dengeir's health began to fail, young Siggeir was appointed Jarl in his stead. It was simpler just to keep me as steward. Siggeir has no interest in running his hold, and so leaves such matters to me. As for my part, I do my best to see that folk are treated fairly. May wisdom forever light your path.
Is that magic? Careful, please. As if Skyrim didn't have enough outsiders. Now we've got mercenaries from Hammerfell strutting about. you've been seen in the company of the companions. That's an honorable path you're on, friend.
Noticed that there seems to be a trend of women wearing subtle amounts of war paint on their lips and around their eyes and cheeks. Do you think I look attractive? What I mean is, does it make me look more attractive? Or did you not notice?
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I might have it stored away. Someone new? Perhaps someone looking for me to mix something up for them? I know, it's a bit strange. Not exactly a name to bring comfort to the sick and ailing who come to buy a poultice or salve. But what you must understand about Falkreath is that our town is defined, for better or worse, by the large and ancient cemetery here. That's why the inn is called Dead Man's Drink, the farm is called Corpse Light Farm, and so on. I suppose it's sort of a running joke. Well, my family back in Hammerfell didn't approve of my interest in lethal poisons and death in general, so I left and wandered north. When I found this town, with its huge cemetery, I felt right at home. I opened the shop, and I've never looked back. This is where I belong. All right, then.
Hi. Until next time.
Let me know if you see anything you like. Well met. Unlike... oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. Steal anything from my shop and you'll regret it. Don't mind Bolin. He's young and gets riled easily.
What are you doing that for?
I was Jarl once, but I was encouraged to step down when I took sides with the Stormcloaks. It was an Imperial plot, I tell you. Be mindful. My maid Tikla has been known to pass information to that pompous nephew of mine, Sidgeir. Well, not against me, against all of Falkreath. Those Imperial bastards are spying on every one of us. Last night I saw Laud the blacksmith writing a letter. Probably sending word to Solitude and General Tullius. Are you loyal to Skyrim? Break into Laud's house and get that letter. Good. Aye, not so long ago. Some will tell you I stepped down on account of my old age. Truth is, I found out about all the Imperial spies crawling around Falkreath. A few well-placed bribes, and they bought themselves some friends. Suddenly, the nobles are calling for a new Jarl. And all the while, their pockets are jingling with the sound of Imperial septons. They named me Thane. They got my nephew Sitgeir in my place. A real friend to Cyrodiil, that one. Mind what you say. The Empire has ears all over this town.
I'm sorry, I should really go now.
Yes, Sarah?
What do you need?
I can't believe we let provincials like you wander Skyrim.
I think he must have been eating soup for quite a while after that. And I bet it wasn't a woman serving it.
god Arche was once like us, bound to winding mortality, but he willingly gave up this existence that we might better understand the vagaries of life and death. It is through the ebb and flow of this cosmic tide that we find renewal, and in the end, peace. May the spirit of Lavinia and all those who have left this world and its suffering know the beloved serenity of Aetherius, and may we one day rejoin them in eternity.
Kust is responsible for the cemetery here in Falkreath. I take care of the shrine. I am. I came into Arche's light after the Great War. So many died by my hands, my magics. I'm fortunate that Kust and the people of Falkreath have come to accept me as one of their own. Could you do an old elf a favor? I misplaced my journal in a cave I was exploring. I'll pay for its return. Blessing of Arche to you for your help. Oh, merciful Arche, no. I'm too old and frail, and this graveyard is too large. Kust is my assistant. He helps me tend the headstones and keep our cemetery clean, as befits a place of rest. I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful. That journal means a lot to me, if you find it.
A sad time. Yes, and I couldn't tell you why. My wife and I think there's some dark magic at work. Or perhaps Arche's influence is strong here, and he likes to keep it this way. Our daughter. Our little girl. She hadn't seen her 10th winter. She was... He ripped her apart, like a saber cat tears a deer. We barely found enough of her to bury. Sinding came through as a laborer. Seemed like a decent man. He's stewing in the pit while we figure out what to do with him. If you've got the stomach to look at him. What could drive a man to do something like this? The cemetery is ancient. It's been here longer than the town. I'm no scholar, but I know that a lot of battles have been fought here over the course of history. After each battle, more dead were buried and the graveyard got bigger. I heard it's now the biggest graveyard in Skyrim. I just don't understand what kind of man does that.
My husband Matthias and I tend Corpse Light Farm.
Falkreath was once full of wanderers and warriors like yourself. Those were better days.
So you're pretty good at using a weapon with both hands. Then again, I heard you only like handling big weapons.
Come, I haven't got all day.
Did you see a hound on the road? Fine, strong creature that's been wandering near town? No. This one's alone on the road outside of town. I can't afford to chase him down, but I could use a fierce, loyal beast to keep me company. If you were willing to retrieve him for me, I'd give you some fresh meat to attract him out on the road. Oh, I'm smart to demand something up front. Some gold now, and some when I have my dog. Here's the meat. Steel's good, but loyalty's better. I'm loyal to Dengir first, and the Empire second. I was Dengir's personal guard for years. I risked my hide more than once to protect him. Why would I do that? For money? Because I swore an oath? No. It was because he was a good man and a true friend. A true Nord places loyalty and honor above all else. Only inside the gates. Much of Falkreath Hold is wilderness, and there's plenty of trouble to be had. See me at my forge if you need arms or armor.
Oh, did you need something?
You're going to have the men around here wrapped around your finger in no time.
You are exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, Skyrim is now host to giant flying lizards and two-legged catmen. And you're surprised by me? Yeah, I just talked, and I'm continuing to do so. You see, my name is Barbas, and I have a problem I think you can help sort out. My master and I had a bit of a falling out. We got into an argument and it got rather heated. He's kicked me out until I find someone who can settle our disagreement. That's where you come in.
If a guy found out his wife was Dragonborn, he wouldn't be best pleased. Men already constantly complain about being shouted at by the wives. Can you imagine a Dragonborn woman shouting at her husband? That would really give him something to complain about.
If you know any true sons and daughters of Skyrim, tell them to head to Windhelm. Ulfric Storm.
My master and I had a bit of a falling out. We got into an argument and it got rather heated. He's kicked me out until I find someone who can settle our disagreement. That's where you come in. Thank you. Now, since he banished me, Vile's been rather weak. He can't manifest very far from one of his shrines. I know there's a cult that worships him at Hamar's Shane. We should be able to talk to him there. If this works out, I'll make sure you're rewarded. Hey, just don't trust any offer he makes you, okay?
Stop right there. Smart woman. Now come along with us. We'll take any stolen goods and you'll be free to go. After you pay the fine, of course.
Yeah. Anyway, it's done. Time to move on. Much obliged. Here. It's not much, but take it anyway.
Citizen?
I'll show you a real fight.
What do you have to do to get a drink around here? Actually, I don't think I want to know. must there always be incest inside temples? It really does make me feel a little sick. Did I say incest? I meant incense. The smell really... It's up my nose.